Yo, what's going on, fam? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. It's been a while since we worked on the Evo 8, so that is what we're gonna be doing today. Everything is kind of coming together on the car now. I have my new fuel pump right here. It's a Walbro 450 fuel pump, just a single. I'm not doing doubles on this car. New turbo comes in, I think tomorrow, so we should be able to get that turbo on tomorrow, hopefully. I'm super stoked to get this car running again, get it retuned by Mark at Apex Powered. If you guys need a tuner, be sure to hit up Mark. He does some amazing work. He'll be retuning my Evo 10 as well pretty soon here, hopefully really soon. So let's go ahead and get this fuel pump installed. I know we have to mod out the hanger quite a bit on this car to get this fuel pump in here. I'm currently running the Walbro 255, but being that I'm going with quite a bit bigger of a turbo, I do need a new fuel pump. Injectors should be fine. I think those are ID 1050Xs, so those should be okay for pump gas. Just the Walbro 255 is way too small for what we're gonna be doing. So let's go ahead, get the old fuel pump out. I'll kind of walk you guys through on how to do that. It's pretty simple on this car. And then the hard part is modding out the fuel pump hanger to get this new fuel pump installed. Now, if you guys need any parts whatsoever for your Evo, make sure you hit up John over at JD Customs. He's super helpful. He's super knowledgeable when it comes to ordering parts for my Evo. So that is where I got my Walbro 450 at. I'll have him linked down in the description box below. Guys, go hit him up, shoot him a DM on Instagram or something, and get your parts ordered for your car. All right, guys, we got the pump all opened up. So we ordered the Walbro 450 E85 fuel pump. I'm not doing E85 on this car, at least anytime soon, just because it's not readily available anywhere near me. And we also got the install kit, which I don't know if I exactly needed for this car. I figured I would just order it just in case. I don't want to like tear into my car and then need more parts. So that's why I went and ordered the install kit, which was like an extra $20 or something like that. Let's go ahead and remove the fuel pump off the car right now. The first thing we need to do is remove the seat right here. It's just clipped in. These little brackets right here just clip right into those white clips right there. Now you're gonna need a little Phillips head screwdriver. So grab that, and there is this cover right here with 4 screws on it. Pull these 4 screws out and you'll have access to the fuel pump hanger. All right, well, there we have it. Here's the fuel pump hanger. Your fuel pump sits inside of that. There's one wiring connector right on top you got to remove. Go ahead, tuck that back a little bit. There's this hose right here with a clamp. Go ahead, pop this hose off. And then we have 2 fuel lines right here. So there's little clips on the side. You need to compress those clips and then the fuel line will pop off. You should probably throw some rags or towel down or something because there will be some fuel that squirts out of here. I just had my fuel pump out and I put it back in just for this video. So my lines right now should not be pressurized whatsoever. I do have a little pair of pliers that work really good. These little things right here work pretty good for popping these lines off. Now we have about 6 or 8 little 8mm nuts holding this hanger to the fuel tank, the gas tank. Pop all those off and this fuel pump hanger should come right out. All right, so we got the fuel pump out. It was kind of a pain. It takes a little bit of finagling, as you guys can see, to get it out, but spend some time on it and you'll be able to get it out just fine. Next up is taking apart this little fuel pump hanger and getting this fuel pump out. We are gonna have to do some mods on the hanger, like I said, to get this 450 in. So there's a few little clips on the bottom here. Pop these clips. That little bracket comes off. Fuel pump should come out. Now there is this fuel pump sock on the bottom of our old pump. We need to remove that. We are going to be reusing that fuel pump sock. I know the one in this kit right here is too big. I did quite a bit of reading online and that was hitting the bottom of the tank. So grab a little flathead screwdriver and pop off the clip holding that fuel pump sock on. So now it is time to mod out this hanger and mod out the new Walbro 450 to fit this hanger. So we're gonna have to kind of take this thing apart. Take these 2 hose clamps right here, pop those hose clamps off, pull off whatever thing that is. I honestly do not know what it is. Now we need to remove the fuel level indicator, which is this guy here. Looks like there's 2 clips on each side there. And then we need to pull off this wiring. We're gonna have to mod the wiring. So kind of just take this thing and pull it all apart. Let's go ahead and mod out the fuel pump first. So you see these 2 little barbs here. We're gonna be cutting off this first barb. So right below that line right there, right in between these 2 barbs. I'll be using a super sharp knife to cut that just so we don't get any shavings whatsoever inside of our fuel pump. So it should look a little something like that when you get that first barb cut off. So the next thing to do is take 2 injector O-rings right here. I'll try to find this exact size and link them down in the description box below. I'm gonna slide them over this right here. Should be a pretty tight fit. There's 1. Now grab number 2, slide it over, and then take this seal right here that was on our old fuel pump and slide it over the end. Should look just like that. We have 1 O-ring, 2 O-ring, and then the steel. That's how all that goes. Fuel pump's all done. Fuel pump's modded out. We still have to deal with the wiring. For now, let's move on to this hanger. We're gonna be trimming the fuel pump hanger right up to the edge of these little clips right here. So there's a clip there, and a clip on that side as well. Grab a grinder or cutoff wheel or whatever you guys have to trim this. You can use a Sawzall probably if you want, and cut it right up to the edge, right where the knife is. And the whole reason for cutting that is so we can get this fuel pump into the hanger and get this guy right here clipped back on. Before I get to cutting, I'm gonna plug off some of these holes down here. We got the hanger all cut up, cleaned up, ready to go. That's what it should look like when you're all said and done. Make sure you guys get all of the plastic shavings out of there. Next up is the wiring. We're gonna cut that connector off right there. Cut that connector off right there. These 2 black wires here are gonna go to that black wire on there. Blue wire is gonna go to red wire. What we're gonna be doing is soldering those together and then heat shrinking it. And then we can get this whole assembly back together. All right, guys, it's all wired up, ready to go. Let's throw this thing back together. And remember, there is this O-ring that sits on this little guy right here. Make sure you do not forget this O-ring. Bam, just like that. So the pump is all together. Last thing to do is to get this little guy on right here, but it looks like this part, the centerpiece right here, we're gonna have to trim out to fit over this sock. I was doing some reading online. That's what a lot of people online were doing to get this cover to fit on there. And then being that this is wider right here, we aren't really going to be able to use these little clips. So what a lot of people do is run a hose clamp around the end, and that should be done. All said and done, should be looking something like that. Let's go throw this into the car. Well, friends, the fuel pump install on this Evo 8 behind me is all finished up. Remember, it is the same for Evo 8s and 9s. And a little tip on that install kit I bought, I did not use a single part out of the install kit. So guys, don't even bother spending the extra 20 bucks on the install kit. All you need is the Walbro 450 fuel pump, and you need those 2 little O-rings as well. So don't bother buying the install kit. Remember, if you need any parts whatsoever for your Evo, hit up John over at JD Customs. I'll have him linked down in the description box below. What else? I think the turbo comes in tomorrow for this Evo. So as soon as that gets installed, we can retune the car for the new turbo, the new fuel pump, and make some damn good power. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go down below, smash that thumbs up button. Thank you guys so much for watching. Seriously, thank you so much. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers, which is freaking crazy. I appreciate all the love and support. I'll see you guys when we get that turbo back. Peace out.